Hello everybody, my name is Five and welcome back to Bounty of One. Now today's episode is quite special as there has been an update to the game, introducing new characters and potentially even new upgrades. Now I haven't played this new update for myself, so whatever I see going forward will be just as new to me as it will be to you guys, hopefully. So sit back, relax, and let's just get straight into this. Now I have had a quick look of these new characters, but I haven't quite played them yet. Now, starting with Sisyphus, I think that's how you say it. He gets a terracotta cannon. When your projectile hits an enemy, they grow by plus 20% size and damage. Your projectiles are 50% slower and we gain 3 piercing. And Richard, pretty simple name for a not so simple character. Bugnet Gun, a butterfly appears twice a day. It drops XP orbs as it moves and disappears after 60 seconds. Catching it gathers all collectibles on the entire map, not just what we can see, but the entire map. That does sound good to me. But since Sisyphus comes before Richard, I think we just go straight in for him. Now, as always with our series, we're going up in difficulty. Our first episode was 0. Last episode was Infamy level 1. And today, we're going up for Infamy level 2. With our foes moving a whole 20% faster. Doesn't sound like much, but considering our movement speed is set already, they might be able to catch up to us and maybe kill us, which is something we don't want. So let's just get started and see if we can survive with the new character Sisyphus. And we are in. Now I think we can already see the cannon named for his special ability is pretty obvious, as he shoots giant balls out. They seem to be decently powerful, killing our enemies in one shot. And as you can see, they're piercing already. Now for our first upgrade, we are very lucky because we get a legendary attack damage upgrade. Now more attack speed could be good, but it's a legendary. So let's just go straight into it. Now our attack is all the way up to 90, and well, we were already one-shotting the enemies before. Now we're just one-shotting them even harder. Now here, raising our health by 2 or giving 2 dashes. We don't really care for the grey upgrades, so let's go for some more health. Something we could always use is, if you don't know already, and are new to the series, I'm kind of bad. But here we go again with another upgrade, and we have some rerolls that we can potentially go for, as we don't really have any area of effect damages. So let's just reroll, and we see a mythical upgrade, and as I always say, if it's a legendary or a mythical, we have to go for it. 5 extra dashes will be good, especially when we need to run away from this guy, because he's a lot faster now. We're on Infamy level 2. And so we just make sure he never gets close to us. And here, with our first chest, we don't get too great of an option, but last time we went for this and we won the game. So 70% of our enemy special attacks are less precise. Things like chargers or enemies that shoot projectiles will find it a lot harder to get to us. So let's just go for that. Early on, I think this character is pretty good. So now we see this again. More damage could be good, but increasing our crit chance will be even better. For now, in the early game anyway. Or rather, upgrading our crit chance makes the late game better for us, should I say. Right now we can just sit still if you want to. Well, not always, as the enemies do get kind of close. So let's just have a little move around. And we see a mythical upgrade, and since it unfortunately outclasses the legendary, we have to go for it. And while I would like some more upgrade choices, I have to stick with my gut and go for what I want most. And besides, I was just complaining about our lack of attack speed, and now we've got a whole 1 second more. And I can definitely feel it a little bit. We are attacking very fast. And here we are with an epic artifact we can choose. After killing 200 enemies, become invincible and 3 times bigger. During that time, we inflict 3 times as much damage to enemies we go through. Or we can slow down enemies in an area around us, or we can get more attack damage but reduce attack speed. I say we go for the magic shroom. It'll take a while for us to kill 200 enemies, but I'm sure once we do, it will be in for a nice surprise. Now here, let's go for some more crit chance. It's not much, but 5% adds up over time. Sisyphus seems to be a pretty decent character. I'm not having much trouble with him. And his piercing shots are actually kind of useful. In the past 2 episodes we've had a character that doesn't really play well with piercing, but he seems to be very good at it. And here we should go for more attack speed. It outranks these 2, and well, more attack speed's always useful. Now we're shooting more than 4 arrows a second. And here, I think we should go for this. Dealing damage before we dash. It's not as useful as other ones, but if we dash quite a bit, then we can kill enemies that get close to us. Here, let's just keep going for the crit chance. Our crit chance is getting very high. Won't be long until we've got 100%, if I decide to keep upgrading it. I haven't been noticing it does take quite a few shots to kill an enemy, but if we keep upgrading our crit chance, then hopefully it won't take as many. I'm in it for the long game, not the short game. When we crit, we deal 180 damage. And I'm pretty sure that's enough to one-hit kill these guys. Ooh, but there we see we got hit once. Could have been easily avoided. And our upgrade has just gotten in the way of it, but we are growing bigger and bigger. For this one, I think we banished our current choices. They won't appear anymore for this run, but only at the current rank. So next time you see these, they will be at blue rank or above. Hopefully above, and maybe even mythical. There's no mythicals, but an epic damage upgrade I can't complain with, considering I was complaining about my lack of damage. So let's go for this and become an invincible giant. Yes, look here. We kill anyone we come across. And here, we don't really need to reduce cooldown, nor do we need more dashes from earlier, because we got the mythical dash upgrade. So, some more area of effect. I think our dashes would benefit from that. Our invincible upgrade didn't last too long, but considering we were invincible in that time, I can't complain. And here we see a legendary upgrade, and an upgrade that makes it so we have more choices for our upgrades. More choices is more confusion, but I think I can live with that, as it makes this screen a bit bigger. Now we're being chased again, but even with his increased movement speed, we're still faster. He's already dead. And here we see we've got one more option than usual. And so I think we ignore these and go straight towards the blue upgrade, giving us a tumbleweed that bounces off the screen's edge, dealing damage to enemies it hits. Now, we don't have many dashes, but I believe there is an artifact that makes it so we gain the same amount of bounces as we have piercing, which could be useful to us later on. And speaking of piercing, we can gain 1 extra pierce. I don't think we need it just yet, as I haven't noticed our shots being affected by lack of piercing. So let's go for doubling our critical damage. With our high crit chance, this means we're doing a lot more damage to our enemies. Now we're doing very good so far, but we're still only very early in the game, and things can change very quickly. Like us getting a mythical area effect upgrade, which will help us out tremendously. So let's just get that and keep going. No time to delay. And as we can see, our explosion damage is very high. And here we've been hit once, and only once so far this game, so our health isn't too much of a concern. So let's just keep going for the critical. This one's a bit bigger now, and hopefully it means we will hit our crits more often. Well, it does mean that, so... Unfortunately, our invincible moment ended, so we won't take no damage from this boss. Or maybe we can just play the game good and take no damage anyway. Though they are getting a bit too close for comfort. But I am doing a lot of damage to them. So hopefully Rex, Cupcake and Brutus will go down quick. And they did hit me for 1 damage, but hopefully that's the only damage they do to us. And he does have quite a lot of health. Maybe I should have focused on getting more damage. But he's already dead, so let's see what we've got in this chest. And we have some very good options here. Every 1 meter deal 30% of our damage in an area around us. When stationary, stack 2 knives, but attack speed is reduced by 50. Every time you move 2 meters, load your next shot with 2 projectiles. And no, you take 2 damage in a row, heal for 30 health. Not too important. But for this, I think we should go for a movement artifact, as our area of effect is pretty high thanks to our mythical upgrade we got. Well, I think it's pretty high. It's decently sized. If we could get more, then that would be very good. but we just got hit again. And we could get another bounce, which would increase the amount of tumbleweeds on screen, but more damage is more useful to us in the short term. Now we're hitting 140 damage every time we shoot. And our seismic dance, the name of our artifact, is doing 42 damage at its base. Not too much, but hopefully it gets a lot higher. Now I do notice the enemies are swarming us a little bit, taking a lot more time to die. But I think we can ignore this mythical upgrade for once and go for the more attack damage. We need as much as we can get, and frankly, I don't think we need that many dashes. We already have 7, so let's just go for some more damage. Perhaps some more attack speed would be useful too, as, like I said before, we are getting a little bit swarmed, or at least too many enemies coming towards me for my liking. And here we see an artifact after our character, Sisyphus. They gradually grow in size and gain +1 damage, resets when you take damage. Now, I do sometimes lose a heart, and this means any upgrades we get from this artifact will be taken away entirely, but if I play it smart, then we can gain 30% more damage and size. So let's just go for it, and considering it's a new artifact, why not? No, I'm not noticing any size upgrades just yet, but maybe I'll notice it more later on, as long as I don't take any damage, that is. And here, let's just go for some more attack speed. We could definitely use that. Oh, we're definitely a lot bigger now. But I don't think that's because of our artifact we just got, but rather an artifact we got a while ago. And here we see 2 epic artifacts. Before we dash, take 1 damage but permanently gain 5 damage. Nah, with our new artifact this is kind of bad, so let's just not take that, and instead get an armor that protects us from 1 hit with a cooldown of 60 seconds. Now, this may... we just got hit straight away. Thankfully our armor protected us, but our damage just go down a little bit. I didn't really want that to happen, and I'm going to blame it all on that mini-boss. And here, dealing 100% more crit damage sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah, I'm not happy with that guy that shot me. Unpausing after getting an artifact or upgrade always takes a second, and in that second I could easily be shot. Yeah, as you can see, we are getting surrounded by enemies. We just need more damage, and more damage is everything. And more attack speed, meaning we can shoot things quicker. Obviously, we're doing a whole 1 second more arrows a second, and that is good for us. And we're already big again. Has it been 200 enemies already? That felt like it went so fast. And here we've got a lot of common upgrades. So I think we should re-roll them and try and get for something better. We only got one more epic. Or rare, should I say, not epic. Permanently gain plus 10 attack speed every 120 seconds, but reset every time we take damage. Now we don't want to take any damage at all, so let's just go for this, because it works well with our other artifact, the Sisyphus one. Now we are getting small already, and I think I do notice that we are a tiny bit bigger than we were before. Only a little bit there. But hopefully by the time this game ends, we will be huge. And for this, let's go for some more air effect. Works well with our seismic dance artifact. Yeah, enemies aren't getting too close to us now, which is good. They're getting a little close, but honestly not too much that I need to worry. It's these projectiles I really need to worry about. They get so close and I don't even realise. And here we have a mythical crit chance upgrade. I've never seen one of these before in the wild, so let's just go for it and be happy. We have a 74% chance of getting a crit. That is insane. I don't think I've ever seen it that high naturally. And we can definitely feel its effects as, wow, nearly every shot is a crit. And I got hit. That was my fault. Let's get some more damage, making it so our crit damage is even higher, with our base damage being higher. And we're just absolutely destroying the opponents with our giant form. And let's slow the projectiles in an area around us. Makes it so we won't be hit by surprise too much. That area was massive for just a moment there. I hope we can get that big again. Now we are seeing quite a few charges now, which could be bad for us. But as long as I'm smart, get out the way, then they won't be too much of a problem. And here we have a bunch of blues again, and let's just go for a reroll. I can't really be too bothered to pick out any of them, especially when I know they won't be too good. Here we get something very good, mythical cooldown reduction. Let's just go for it and see our cooldown go from 100% to 70% in one foul swoop. This means our dashes will regenerate quickly, and I'm not too sure if we have anything else that requires cooldown. But our dashes aren't really doing too much damage to this guy. So let's just try and keep out of his way. As the longer we survive, the more damage we're going to do to him. He is right on us. And we got hit. That sucks. I was hoping to do this without getting hit at all. But then knowing me, I should have realised that that wouldn't happen. But he's dead already. And so we got our revenge. And here we have some good options again. Tripling our shot, but we don't want our attack speed going down. And our projectiles bounce off the corner of our screen. but our attack speed goes down. And instead of aiming at our closest enemy, we alternate between the 5 closest. This does sound kind of good, but right now it's not too great for us. But the onion, emitting an aura that periodically inflicts 30% of our damage in an area around you, that does sound good to me. So let's just go for it and see just how good this onion is. And it seems to actually be working quite well, from what I can tell straight away anyway. Enemies aren't getting close to us at all. I have to get close to them, which has really turned the tables. And here we go, giant again. Except we can't really do much. So let's go for another reroll. We don't need crit chance anymore. We could do for some more damage. We could always do some more damage. So let's just go for it. Unfortunately, our giant time wasn't really too great. Didn't have much to do. But I wouldn't ever say no to becoming giant like that. Oh, and here we've got another speedy mini-boss. But he's not fast enough to escape death. And for each current health, get bigger. Getting plus 10% damage but move slower. I think we want to get as big as we can. And look at us, we're massive now. Look, maybe invest in some movement speed as we level up more. As if we get another speedy mini boss, we might be in a little bit of trouble. But then again, we can just dash our fears away. And here, a legendary attack damage. Who can say no to that? I know I'm probably not playing as strategically as I could, especially with this character, but at the same time, I'm not a very strategic person, especially in games like this. I just go with whatever sounds good. And what sounds good to me is some more experience from past and future coins, hopefully gaining us another upgrade. Let's see. And I was right. Nothing too great, but increasing our air effect helps with not just our movement damage, but our onion damage as well. And as you can see, we are massive, and we just got even more massive. That wasn't planned at all. But we nearly fill out the entire screen when we're that big. Maybe getting some more health could help us out a lot, making us even bigger. Speaking of more health, it's only by 1, and I should probably go for the epic, but more health, more size, more damage, who can say no? Not me. Now I don't notice too much of an increase, but maybe I'm just a little bit blind. We're definitely doing a lot of damage, and we're killing our enemies in what, 1 shot? And we're already big again. And can you believe it? We've got a mythical attack damage upgrade. Let's just ignore everything else. Don't even look at them. Just go for this. That giant mode, again, wasn't too great, but we were giant for a moment, and that was very good. I was happy with that. And here, I think we go for Big Bertha. Every 30 shots, our next shot is slow, huge, and deals 3 times more damage. That sounds very, very nice. Let's see if we can see it. And here it is. Our little Big Bertha. And another one. Getting our attack speed up so we can shoot more of these guys. That sounds like a good idea now. As it is now, it takes a couple seconds to forge one. But I think that one just got bigger as it moved. So let's just get some more attack damage and move on as we follow. Yeah, that one on the left was bigger than the other one. Interesting. Now I'm big again. I just love being big. As you see, that big Bertha is ginormous. And I think I see what's happening. I think our shots get bigger as they go through enemies. And I'm pretty sure I saw something like that on Sisyphus's character. Now, let's go for the epic cooldown reduction and dash away quickly. This guy's way too fast. And here we see some good artifacts to go with. Let's just look at this. Whenever you take damage, reduce your max health by the amount of damage you should have taken and gain plus 10 damage per max health lost. It sounds useful. It sounds very useful. But we are very late in the game. And I don't think it's that useful for us right now. Whenever we move, add 8% to our area of effect size and raises damage by 5 for every 5 meters moved. It would be good with our onion. It would be very good with our onion, actually. Let's go for it. Oh, but I do want to shoot as well, so you can shoot our big Berthas. Ah, the choices. And look at how big our balls are. What the hell? They were huge for a moment now. I've never seen balls so big before. We need another level up. Raising our area of effect sounds good to me. And speaking of, our area of effect is massive. Didn't realise just how big it was before. And we're already big again. This is crazy. And now we've got the sheriff. Sadly, he didn't wait for us to stay big. Instead, he waited for us to get small. How rude. But he's already on to his second phase. And I feel like we're a bit too big for this guy. Ah, and we just got hit, which has shot our damage down considerably. But I guess we were too big to be able to move between these balls of energy, which is a bit sad. But he's already at half health. Let's go all the way and kill him. We're so close. We are so close. Come on. And we did it. We have done it. We have defeated Infamy level 2 with the newest character, Sisyphus. Well, I think he's the newest. There was the Richard character that came after, who we'll be playing on the next episode. But here we are. got an achievement for it too, killing Undertaker with Sisyphus. That was the only achievement we got, but I'm happy with it. And wow, we won. We completed Infamy level 2 with Sisyphus, and we didn't die. Not even once. And I think that goes to show that this new character is actually pretty good. And I wonder just how good the next character is. But like I said, you'll have to wait and find out on the next episode. I hope you guys had some fun watching me play. I know I'm not the best player. I know I made a few mistakes, got hit a couple times, but in the end, at the end of the day, we made it. And so thank you for watching, and if you wouldn't mind, please like, subscribe and comment down below. This is 5 going dark.